Hi there everybody, it's time for another Take 10, the art challenge where I challenge myself to draw for 10 minutes a day, something for myself, even when times are not that permissive of having time to do anything, which is most of the time. So I'm just fiddling around here in my sketchbook again. I meant to do some studies for the show today, but no time for that, unfortunately. I have been doing a few in my spare time, but the prep for this show has come down to about 7 or 8 minutes. So I tried a new camera position that took up all my time. You may notice the camera's at a slightly different angle this time. I'm trying to get you guys a better view of the shot without my hand covering up everything. So over the head a little bit. Hopefully you can still make that out. I'm working with a Prismacolor Color Erase pencil, which is pretty much just a hard leaded colored pencil. I'm assuming there's wax in it, but the cool thing is it erases like graphite, more or less. I also recently bought some real deal non-photo blue pencils. It's a French manufacturer. I can't remember which one it is, but it took me forever to find them. They're expensive. I think it's about $8.50 for a two, so I won't be using them that often. The coolest thing is, though, not only are they erasable, but the lead's very soft. I mean, I don't care that much about the non-photo blue part. Nobody really needs that quality of it anymore because we've got scanners. We can go in Photoshop and remove blue lines from inks. That's no problem. But for drawing, the cool thing is it's soft, so I can get a much darker line than this with much less effort, and it's still erasable, which is also really awesome, because usually colored pencils lay down a fat layer of wax, because they're basically like thin, harder crayons surrounded by wood. Or they could be oil-based, in which case they're very hard to get off the paper as well. So these, I'm guessing, they just have a lot more pigment, a lot less wax or oil, and that's how they manage to become erasable. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm just drawing a sketch of like a winter giant. The reason I'm doing a snow giant here is because today I backed a project on Kickstarter called the Book of Giants, and the artist from that book is my inspirational artist for today. Although I cannot pronounce his name to save my life, I'm going to put a link to his book and his website in the description below this video. I don't even want to try to embarrass myself by saying his name, but he is an excellent artist, really good fantasy artist, and his book looks super cool. So even though the shipping was more than the book to get it sent back out here to the friggin' Savage Lands where I live, I went ahead and got it because I had to have a copy of that book. And I got the deluxe edition with the 16 extra pages of sketches because I am a total process geek, and I love seeing how stuff's made. That's kind of like one of my favorite things. That's the reason I get books like that, is to study the guy's technique and look at the art and just sort of absorb as much as I can. So usually giants in fantasy illustration are depicted as fierce, kind of, monsters, technically speaking. They're always battling humans or fighting each other. Sometimes they're comical. They're never like, somber, respectful types. This guy's starting to look like that now. Maybe he's a dwarf instead of a giant, but he's blue. He's a frost whatever he is. So, I'm going to do a bald pate here. I usually do either crazy wild mane of hair or totally bald. It's just easier for me to draw that way, but it ain't about easy. Not really, anyway. If it wasn't really about easy, I'd be doing something hard. Something that would take me more than a few minutes to put together. But the point of this, again, is to not to have something finished, not to have something great, but to actually get to draw for 10 minutes. And it's kind of funny, because of the way I produce these videos, I generally draw the sketch and record at night before I go to sleep, and then in the morning before I go to work, I upload it. I have to edit it a little. I use Handbrake to get the size down so that it can get up to YouTube with our connection. relatively well, and add the annotations, captions, and all that stuff for the YouTube channel. So you have to do all that stuff. So it ends up taking a minimum of like 45 minutes to produce one of these videos. And I know that doesn't seem like much, but for 10 minutes of content, that seems like a lot of work to me. I'm kind of looking forward for the challenge to be over, and I'll be able to do some longer form videos and make it more worth the time it takes to produce them. Just adding a little extra character here. Another guy this reminds me of is Ryan Wheaton, who I don't know if I've made him Inspirational Artist of the Day or not. I think I'm going to save him for next time, because I want to do something specifically him. But he does a lot of like bent noses, kind of like pugilist kind of pug noses, like guys that have had a hard life. I'm guessing most giants that would live long enough to get this old would have had a very hard life. Got adventurers trying to kill you for gold and experience. Can't find enough sheep to make a sandwich. Life is just tough, I imagine. Okay. Well, there's a rough idea. May go a little long tonight. I want to get some of this, I want to get a significant amount of this down before I back off of it. I don't know which one of these is darker. That's pretty dark, okay. So for future reference, if anybody's wondering, Reno Art's Aqua Blue is darker than Mepic's Mint Blue. That's like saying the oranges I got from this store are a different flavor from the oranges I got from that store. It's kind of weird. Any more technical stuff about the, this is a tone sketchbook, as usual. Brown paper, because I like having a mid-tone already in place. It makes it much easier for me to lay in shadows and stuff. I can leave highlights, and I can do highlights just by leaving it blank, and then I can go back over it with colored pencils and get some super highlights, hot spots or whatnot. Gotta say, I'm liking this brand of marker. It's not quite a Copic, but it's pretty good, and they're way cheaper than Copic. That might just be because these are new. They're still relatively juicy. Some of the cheap markers I buy, they're supposed to last for a long time, even with repeated use. But after a couple months, they're out of juice altogether. And it's not worth it to me to go to the trouble of trying to revitalize them with alcohol. Because it's hard to get alcohol here, like rubbing alcohol. You can't just go in the store and buy it. You kind of find a drugstore that has it, and it's expensive. They treat rubbing alcohol here the way we treat iodine in the States. It's not something you just go pick up a gallon of for 79 cents anywhere, unfortunately. Also been into eyebrows lately. I'm not sure why. I don't know if you guys saw the video recently with Krampus, my holiday video. Oh, happy holidays, everybody. It's a couple days past Christmas now, but we're moving into New Year's. If you do party this New Year's, please be careful, don't drive drunk, and just sleep where you've passed out. That might be more for my Australian friends. Just watch the fireworks, drink your drink, and take it easy. What was I saying? I'm sure this is no significance whatsoever. I was saying happy holidays. The cheap markers run out in a matter of weeks or months rather than the years they're supposed to last. Yes, yes. I'm sure there was something else. Oh, I got something. Oh, the way I do the videos. So I record them. God, sorry to loop back like that. I record them at night before I go to bed, and then the 4 or 5 hours later when I have to get up, I edit them, put them together, compress them, whatever, and get them on YouTube. Today, however, and a couple times before, I had to shoot a video at work because I didn't have time this morning before I went to, I had to go to bed last night. We were out for visiting some family for the holidays, and I didn't get home till late, so I had to go to bed. So so I didn't get a chance to shoot it last night, and I wasn't about to get up and try to shoot it in the morning. So I took my phone, went to work, and did it handheld like I've done before a couple times. Apologies already for that crappy video. It's uploading right now. It'll take a little while to get up. This one will probably be about 12 hours after it, hopefully. But if you're seeing this, it's already up, so it doesn't matter when it went up. But I wanted to bring that up because this one, I am recording it before I go to bed, but I might have to go back to doing recording in the morning for the majority of the remainder of these videos, just because I have some other things coming up that I'm not going to be able to get done until nighttime. So, in advance, I'm letting you know that these videos are still going to be regular for the rest of the course, and I've got about 11 or 12 more to do, probably. I forget where I am. I think this is 20? So I've got 10 more, if this is 20. But they're not going to come up as regularly, like the right time anymore. Maybe coming up later in the day, like this one. Don't worry, they're still being made daily. I'm still keeping to my challenge. And they'll still be put up. And I'm going to put them up in the order I do them and everything like that. So, I'll try to keep that consistent. And when this challenge is over and I end up switching to bi-weekly, or maybe 3 times a week, then I will do my best to make sure they pop up on a regular time frame. Because it's kind of a, I mean, once a daily thing, it's not that big a deal if it's a few hours off, I think. But if people are waiting a week for something, or, you know, a few days, you want to get that up when they expect to see it. And I know I don't really have the big following to make a big fuss about that yet, but these kind of habits are important, you know? I'd like to use the videos to promote myself from now on. I think this is actually a pretty good way to do it. And it's working for other people, so I'd like to try it out myself. And the only way you can do that is consistency over time. So I get people used to being able to see my videos, say, Tuesday morning or something before they go to work. Then that's when they expect to see it. And if I can get that down, then maybe I can think webcomic. Did he say webcomic? He did say webcomic. I've been thinking about another webcomic project. The minis I do are fun, but they take too long for what I produce. I end up with an 8-page book that I desperately try to flog at conventions that doesn't move. So I might try to do something more like serialized publishing of a floppy comic. And I'm sure everyone knows what that means, but floppy comics is what people call the traditional 22 to 24 page comics that Marvel and DC put out. So-called floppy because they don't have hardcovers. They're kind of fading out. I mean, graphic novels seem to be the way to go now, but the idea was I was going to do a story that was about 12 of those, 12 issues, and just release it a little at a time, like a page at a time, page every 2 days or something. But I'd like to have at least an issue of it done before I start into that. Because, back to my point, consistency. It's important. People expect it. And although I am probably way overstepping my popularity here by claiming that my fans demand I post things on time, because I don't really have any. I think it's important to have that attitude. Not out of arrogance, but out of trying to be, you know, service to the community I'm trying to service. And that's when the battery died. Sorry about that, folks. The batteries in my camera have died again, and I didn't have any more in the house, apparently. I had a couple rechargeables that weren't charged, and I didn't want to wait another 8 hours for this, so I just finished up a little bit here in the last couple of minutes, and then I've shot this little piece here with my phone. Not too bad. I'm happy with where I got to it within the 15 minutes or so. Of course, there's much more to do on this, but it feels like it's a fairly good start. So, thanks you guys for watching. As always, thanks for comments and likes, and definitely check out the inspirational artist today. I put his name in the video this time, and look down below, because I do not want to butcher his name by trying to pronounce it. But definitely check out his Kickstarter for the giant book and his page for his art, because it's pretty damn good. You guys, thanks again for watching, and I really appreciate it. Had a really nice comment from someone who's been watching the videos. Actually, Kevin Cross, one of my... I keep calling him Art Hero. I'm sure he doesn't care much for that, but I call him an Art Hero because he's inspiring to me, and stuff like this keeps me going. But he said he was enjoying the videos, so thanks, Kevin. And I enjoy your videos too, man. They keep me going. So I'll keep doing these. And I'll try to finish some more of this thing next time, or possibly something else. Next time, I'll go ahead and preview it. Next time's inspirational artist is going to be Ryan Wheaton, and he's got some great stuff. I'm going to try to do some kind of like, almost like a fan art thing for him, because I just haven't done one in a while, and I really love his characters. So look forward to that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Keep making stuff.